Hey guys, so today we're going to be breaking down the incoming Legends Limited Fusion ZAMASU and Purple Android 17. Again, I did my in-depth breakdown video yesterday when ZAMASU's kit was fully posted on their website. That's the in-depth breakdown. We get to take a quick look at the stats and stuff here. He has a melee red character, which definitely can be pretty effective in the current meta. Green and yellow are by far the most strong, the most dominant types right now. All right, let's see what he's working with stat-wise. Okay, so we're going to subtract around 8,000 to account for the title boosts and the arts boosts. So he's like barely under 260. Okay, I mean, that's not exceptional. It's okay. He's under 250 to blast, which is not good. Defenses are looking solid, though. He's got pretty much 180,000 blast defense, and he's got low 180s to strike defense, so that's solid. Overall, the stats are looking just okay. I wouldn't really call these stats anything too insane. He holds a strike and a blast, and the strike is a key strike. Yeah, 5 key. Now, the biggest asset of this character, and this is true with all Fusion ZAMASU characters, he's on a lot of teams, like real teams. God Key, Future, Regen, Fusion Warrior, and Powerful Opponent. He's on 5 real teams. So this guy can make, he can like fill in the gaps for a lot of your, like, let's say you have 2 really good regen characters, but you're just missing a good third one. ZAMASU can fill that role. Same thing with Fusion Warrior, same thing with Future, Powerful Opponent. Like all these teams, if you're just missing like one character, you can come in and just help out. So I think that's probably the biggest asset this character brings to the table. I'm not going to go super in-depth with his kit here. This is certainly a character that I'm going to need to use before I'm able to say how good he is. But just looking initially at what he's doing, there's like a laundry list of things that I could just point out that he's missing or that it's just inherently flawed with this character. First, he has no offensive type neutral, which can be a problem. Not right now, I don't think, because there's not really that many good blue characters. It's really only just like Turles, and then when the Future Gohan and Trunks character is either post-succession or when they're in the Future Gohan side. Those are the only 2 like real blue characters you really encounter. Occasionally, you'll fight sort of Trunks, but blue is not really in a fantastic spot right now, but I think later on as we get more blue characters, that could potentially be a problem. He's got no second life mechanic, which is a really strange choice for a Fusion ZAMASU character who's supposedly immortal, right? He's got this, let me scroll down here. Let me see. Yeah, it's this one here. He's got like this, I guess, I don't even know, like the trademark mechanic that this guy's bringing to the table is his unique gauge. It is 2 unique gauges in one, essentially, and it's going to swap between an offensive style unique gauge and a defensive style unique gauge depending on if he's attacking or being attacked. So for the defensive one, he actually essentially just has like what Yellow Rosé's gauge should have been, where it resets itself when it fills up. He's healing infinite amount of times, 15% health. He's getting damage. He's destroying cards, reducing ki, stealing rush, stealing main abilities. So yeah, he's, got some pretty decent defensive abilities here, but you end up fighting against like a Beast Gohan, and Beast Gohan just mains Ghost type neutral and then ults this character, and he's probably just dead, or you got to switch. And that feeds into the second, or the third thing on the list, which is no buff removal. This guy does have a mechanic where he reduces sub counts. Let me see if that's, yeah. Shortens ally sub counts by 5 when enemy activates an ultimate arts, awakened arts, or rising rush while this character is in the battlefield. So he reduces ally sub counts when he gets hit by a big attack, but he's not removing buff. So again, this guy gets ulted by Beast. He can switch out, but whoever switches in is probably just dead because Beast is just going to kill. I don't really know how I feel about this because obviously I don't want every single character to drop with buff removal. Otherwise, it really defeats the purpose of just like having attacks in the game, right? If every character removes buffs, then there's no point in having buffs, period. But we're at the point now, and this is their fault. They've boxed themselves in here, where a character that, releases without buff removal, and that's sort of like a blemish on their record, their mechanics. So just keep that in mind, I guess. Something else to mention is he has pretty limited access to cover null. So the only ways he gets cover null, there's 2 ways. Let's see. I think it's here. Yeah. So applies the following effects to self if own unique gauge is the defense type when this character uses a card. Switches unique gauge from defense to attack type, and then he gets cover null for 5 counts. So when you're switching from the defensive style gauge to the offensive style gauge, you get cover null for 5 counts. And then also, oh my god, there's so many additional like metal drop stuff here. And then in the when you fill the unique gauge up, where is this? This bottom one here. When you fill the unique gauge to max, you get cover null for 5 counts again. So we'll see how effective that's going to be. To me, it seems like it could be a bit of a short window of cover null. Something else is that he does have limited double card draw speed. This is the only time he gets double card draw speed, is when he fills the unique gauge up, and then he gets level 2 card draw speed for 5 counts, which, you know, still effective. But remember, there are a lot of characters now that are reducing card draw speed levels. So if you have 1 times card draw speed for the majority of the time where you're attacking, you know, when you're fighting someone who reduces card draw speed, at that point you have level 0 card draw speed, which is not good. Something else is he doesn't have, this is probably one of the more minor details, is he doesn't have any cost reduction anywhere in his kit for anything. So his strikes and blasts are going to be full cost. His blue card is going to be full cost. So nothing in the base kit here that's reducing arts cost. And then I think probably the biggest problem with this guy, I don't know, it's probably tied with no second life, is probably up there with this one, but this guy doesn't have any debuff immunity, which is a problem. I think it's on the green card. Yeah, he cancels attribute downgrades in normal conditions in the green card if he has a defensive style unique gauge, which that doesn't really help, because a lot of times when you're going to want to do that is when you're attacking Beast Gohan like mid combo to refresh the arts cost debuffs. But if you're attacking, then you're not going to have the correct unique gauge to be able to remove the buffs. He also does it on main, but you're not going to want to just main ability to remove the debuffs, right? So this is, you know, I don't expect every character to get this, but when you have characters in the game like Super Saiyan 3 Gotenks and Super Saiyan 3 Transform Super Saiyan 3 Goku who don't care about debuffs, they're literally immune to debuffs. You know, we start to talk about, okay, like, should we just have characters get that now? And I think it probably was a mistake to give those characters that mechanic, because it's literally just too strong. it straight up is just too strong. That Gotenks having 100 counts of the debuff immunity, I remember talking about that the day he dropped. I was like, this is going to be a really insane ability. And lo and behold, here we are. What is it, like 3-4 months later, and it's still probably one of the strongest things he has. Same thing with Super Saiyan 3 Goku. So the fact that this guy's a red melee type should make him pretty good against Beast Gohan, but you know, if he's not able to combo because he has 50 cost strike cards, then it might be a little bit tough for him. So we'll see. But I think overall, this is a character I'm going to need to test out. He's got 50% to base unique gauge charge rate. So I do want to see how fast the unique gauge is actually going to fill up. But we'll see. We'll see how he feels when we use him. All right, Purple 17. This guy is basically the counterpart to the Yellow 18 that dropped on the Future Gohan and Trunks banner. He's purple, which initially I didn't really understand why they made him purple. With 18 being yellow, I would have thought they would have made this guy green or red. Or not green or red. Green or blue. Green or blue to fit with 18 being yellow. That would sort of complement that color better than purple. But I think one of the reasons why they did this is because you can now have a team where it's like leader character, and then this 17, and then the yellow 18. And what you could do is you could bench yellow Broly, the Zenkai one, and then the Zenkai purple 21 to have a double HP bench, but they're both Zenkai buffing these characters. So that could be an interesting setup here. Maybe that's why they did that. But purple, by the way, also has a lot of future Zenkai buffers. We have purple Rose, I love purple Rose, and then we have the new purple Super Saiyan Blue Vegeta. Those could be good Zenkai benches for this character. So it's actually, I already made my team for this guy, the initial showcase team, and I actually had trouble not Zenkai buffing him. So he's got access to some pretty good bench units. He has a range type character, so he's definitely gonna have more blast. Yeah, it's 267. Oh, this guy's actually got pretty good stats for a banner 1% sparking character. He's got, again, similar he's actually got better offenses than ZAMASU does. He's got, like, again, just barely under 260 to blast. He's got low 250s to strike, and then obviously defenses are a little lower, but still, you know, upper 170s there, which is good. Strike and a blast, and because this is the future version of 17, he's going to be on powerful opponent, which is very, very helpful for him. Looks like the blast is the key blast. Yeah, 5. normal strike, and normal blast. Okay, so they did not give him cover null, or not cover null, blast armor on the strike card. That is definitely a big deal. Like, every time they drop a 1% sparking without blast armor, I always just think back to Raid Shenron. Like, why does Raid Shenron have armor or blast armor on his strike cards? He's a ranged character. He's a ranged 1% sparking. Why did he get that? I don't know. It's weird. All right, the blue card is Destruction Bullet. We know this is a melee blue. Deals massive impact damage, 30% special move damage, applies the following effects to self on hit, or to enemy on hit. Destroys 3 cards, cancels attribute upgrades, and then blast armor. Destroying 3 cards could be good. That just gives you a bit of a chance to like recuperate and maybe even follow up with a tackle after this. That could be good. The green card is the Composed Slaughter. This is a stop time green card. We know that from the preview. Randomly destroys one of your own cards and draws the ultimate arts card, Demolition Hyper Buster. Yeah, so we know this from what they were talking about in the Legends information video. This guy is able to use multiple ultimates. Obviously, this is only one, so he could use one ultimate from using the green and then one from using the main ability. So this guy can launch 2 ultimates, which can be pretty effective against Beast Gohan, just getting rid of his buff removal. Randomly draws 1 new card. Restores own health by 15% and ki by 30. Yes, guys, so this is why they did this. I was actually questioning why they had this work this way yesterday. He destroys one of his own cards to draw the ultimate, which didn't really make a lot of sense to me because the green, like using this green card fills up a slot in your hand anyway, but he's also drawing a card, so that makes sense. So he's going to be drawing the ultimate plus another card. 15% health and 40 ki, 20% damage, 15 counts. Cancels own attribute downgrades. Okay, that's good. This is what Fusion ZAMASU should have had on his offensive green card. Why does 17 have this? That's really good. And then nullifies card destruction effects for 10 counts. Inflicts all... Oh yeah, this is really good. Inflicts all enemies with 2 sub counts. You guys know why that's good? Oh, actually, no, I guess it wouldn't matter. I was thinking, okay, you could like lock in the opponent and then use the ultimate, even if Beast is on the team, but Beast is going to lower his own sub count. But if Beast is not on the team, that's really good. This is basically, this is an homage. If you guys remember Yellow Tournament of Power 17, he had the same thing. It was 1 sub count back then, but this is like, I think just a reference back to that Yellow sub. This is a pretty strong green, actually. Card destruction immunity, damage, draws an ultimate, draws a card, heals, key back, and then he's got 2 sub counts to the enemy. That's, yeah, this is a big green. You know, the thing about 17s in this game is they are very biased to get with 17s. This game probably just has the most bias for Gohans. That's just the way it's always been. But 17, they are definitely biased with 17s as well. So I wouldn't be surprised if this guy is like insane. All right, the ultimate is the Demolition Hyper Buster. Deals massive damage, 20% to ultimate damage for 3 counts. 15% damage inflicted by allies cannot be canceled. Now, the interesting thing about this is, remember, he can use 2 ultimates. So if you use 2 ultimates, you're going to get 2 stacks of the support. So he's going to actually be supporting 30% damage to the whole team if you use both the ultimates. Cancels enemies' attribute upgrades and buff effects, which is really strong because against the character that would be going type neutral, you remove the type neutrality with this. Right? So maybe you're fighting like Vegito Blue and the enemy goes into Vegito Blue. You can like remove that like 5 timer count of defensive neutral with this. Falling effects occur on hit. Draws a... Oh, he draws a green? So he... Okay, so, so you main ability, use the ultimate, draw a green, draw the ultimate, use a second ult, I guess, is what they want you to do. Shortens allies sub count by 3, destroys all of your enemies' cards, and then all enemies get minus 3% health restoration. Okay, yeah, this seems pretty good. I like the fact that it's supporting. Main ability, draw the ultimate card, Demolition Hyper Buster, restores health by 20%. 20% is a little low, and key by 50. Oh, more card destruction immunity for 10 counts. Cancels own attribute downgrades normal conditions, and then reduces enemies Dragon Balls by 1. All right. Z ability is 35% to android's future or powerful opponent blast attack and defense, then 18% to android strike attack. All right, when battle starts, 120% damage, 30% special move damage. Reduce damage received by 70%, and then reduces impact damage received by 10%. Remember, Fusion ZAMASU's melee is a slice damage ability. It's not impact damage. So against Fusion ZAMASU's strike cards, this guy's not going to be getting the extra damage reduction because it's a different damage type. 30% to key recovery, card draw speed, -10 to blast arts cost, and then -5 to special move arts cost. Okay. Pretty good baseline here. And then he gets the additional effects if you're using a tag or a character, Android 18 battle member, 30% damage, and then he does get the permanent endurance nullification, which is the same exact effect that 18 gets. So if you're using both this guy and the yellow 18 together, they're both going to have permanent endurance nullification and the extra 30% damage. So he's got 30% damage, 120 to 150 so far. Following effects occur when this character enters the battlefield, restores his own key by 30, 90% damage. Okay, so he's at 240% damage already. Right, 90, 30, 120. Yeah, he's at 240% damage already. Applies buff effect, nullifies enemy special actions, activate changing cover for 5 counts. Okay, he just gets covered all on entry, which is really good. Shortens allies sub counts by 1 when he enters. Okay. Inflicts enemy with attribute downgrade, -10% to strike, blast, special move arts powered by 15 counts. Inflicts enemy with -30% key recovery, 15 counts. Applies the flying effect self upon landing a strike or a blast arts hit. Draws a green. Oh, activates once. 10% to the next special move and ultimate damage inflicted up to 30%. You could stack that up, okay? So they want you to combo for a little bit, stack up your ultimate damage, use the green that you're going to draw the ultimate, then use the ultimate, and then draw another green. Okay, I kind of see what they're going for here. He seems pretty good so far. Second unique is... Oh, yeah, he's got a blast cover change. This is really good because I would say like literally 95% of the usable characters right now all have strike cover changes. So him having a blast cover change is very good. That will make... Because like 18 has a strike cover change. This guy has a blast cover change. When you have both types of cover changes on your team, your opponent really has to start thinking about, you know, how they want to do. Maybe they want to drop combo, so that is good. Applies the following effects to self when performing a special cover change. Oh, really? Randomly destroys one of your own cards and draws a blue card. Restores 20 key. Okay, so if you actually get the special cover change off against the blast, which I think that will probably catch some people off guard, at least initially, you know, when people don't really remember what this guy does in the first like few days of him dropping, that could be good. Applies the following effects to self when enemy activates an auto counter or evade action while this character is on the battlefield. Yeah, so we saw this yesterday in the preview as well. He has, this is the second ever character to get like an anti-auto counter mechanic after Vegito Blue. Restores health by 30%, reduces impact damage received by 15%, and then nullifies unfavorable element factors for damage sustained for 5 counts. Obviously, this is geared towards Majin Vegeta. So this guy has 70% reduced damage received, 10% reduced damage received against impact damage, and then when you're activating the auto counter, he's getting another 15% reduced damage received versus impact damage. And he's going type neutral, and he's healing by 30%. So when you activate Majin Vegeta's, you know, thing, that's what he's getting. Following effects occur when enemy activates an auto counter or evade action while this character is... Wait, when enemy activates? Hold on. Yeah, no, it's when they activate their counter. Okay, got it. When enemy activates an auto counter or evade action while this character is not defeated, 20% own health restoration. That is a permanent health restoration buff. Seals enemies blue cards, and then for 3 counts. So basically what this is the first time... Oh, actually, that happens twice. The seal is 2 times. That's really strong, actually. 2 times? I thought I actually didn't even notice that from yesterday. It's 2 times. So when if you have this guy under, just remember, this is while this character is not defeated. So that's literally just if he's alive on standby, this will activate. You activate Majin Vegeta's auto counter, and he won't be able to follow up with a blue twice. That's really strong. And then you're also getting all this stuff as well. Applies the following effects to self every time. And oh yeah, also by the way, this also applies to Beast Gohan as well. So if you're fighting against a Beast Gohan and you like want to just use 17's ultimate to like get rid of Beast Gohan's gauge, you will also get this because Beast Gohan's gauge is classified as an auto counter. So you're going to be getting the extra damage reduction, you're going to be going type neutral, and you're going to be healing. So that, I think, yeah, this is strong, man. This guy's looking pretty good. Applies the following effects to self every time an ally uses an arts card. Remember, this is going to apply to himself, too. So even if he uses cards, he himself counts as an ally. 10% to damage for 10 counts, and then -2 to special move arts cost. So he's stacking damage, too. Following effects occur when hit with an enemy's arts attack while this character is on the battlefield. Dude, this is so long. Okay. So when he's hit with an enemy's arts attack, activates once. Nullifies own unfavorable element factors for damage. So he's type neutral defensively for 5 counts. Reduce enemy's ki by 25. -1 card draw speed level for 5 counts. Seals enemies rising rush for 5 counts. Okay. Following effects occur if owner... Oh, he's got a disrupt, yeah. The classic disrupt. 50% or below after being hit by an enemy's arts attack. Restores health by 40%. Destroys 2 cards and reduces enemy ki by 50. He seems pretty strong. I do think he's pretty good, actually. Remember, he's got all that, and he's also got Endurance Null permanently. If you're using him next to an 18. Okay. I like him. He seems pretty good. All right, let's see if we got some new equips. We should have... There should be a new PvP equip, but PvP doesn't reset till tomorrow. There should be a new co-op equip, and then there should also be a new Awakened equip as well. So let's see what we got. Okay, this is the new PvP. Remember, this is not going to go live until the reset happens tomorrow. It's probably the same structure as we've gotten for recent PvP equips. Powerful opponent. Okay, a lot of characters can use that. 12% health restoration, 10% special move damage, 10% ultimate damage, 12% health, and then 12% to pure strike if this character is from Future Trunk Saga. So any Zamasu, Fusion Zamasu, Goku Black. Yeah. And then technically... Actually, no, damn it. No, that's not true. I was going to say that Purple Hit could use this too, but I don't think Purple Hit is on Powerful Opponent. Damn, I can't even like click on it to check. I don't think he's on there. Health restoration and health. And then pure... Yeah, this is good. This is certainly good. I like this. All right. Here's the new co-op equip. I like the art on this. This is for Future or Powerful Opponent. Base critical. That's not a good start. 10% to base strike attack. Slot 2 is 10% to base blast. So 10% to base blast, and then 10% to pure blast if there are 2 or more future battle members. And then slot 3 is 15% to base strike, and then 15% to pure strike when tag God Key and Powerful Opponent as a battle member. That's a lot of damage. You're talking about 25% to base strike and 15% to pure strike. That's a lot. That's a lot of damage. And even blast-wise, too. 10% base and pure blast is nothing to laugh at. So you need to have 2 future members and a God Key and Powerful Opponent. I mean, it's pretty specific, but it really isn't when you think about what the teams are going to look like, right? If I had to nitpick, I would just say base critical, either move that to, if you really wanted to go overboard with this, HP or health restoration. This is a pretty good equip. This is good. There's a lot of strike damage. All right, and then we should have an Awakened equip. Let's see. It is... this is... I'm pretty sure this is the one where it's like you have to put this on all your characters or something. Let me just see. Future and God Key. Or God Key. So we got 15% to base defenses. 6%... Yeah, this is what I was thinking of. 6% to base blast and strike defense per party member using the same equipment. So 36% to base defenses and then 15. So we're talking this is 51% to both base defenses. %. This is actually similar to... Hold on. Where is it? The Legends Ranking Defense equip. The Legends Ranking Defense equip, I think, is 45% base defenses. Where is that one? I don't know where the Legends Ranking equips are. I can just probably check. This is my Fusion ZAMASU team here. If I just go... defense and then just like scroll through, this is probably a better way to find this one, because it's just 15% to pure to base defenses per slot. So this is 45% of base defenses. The other one is 51, but you have to use a full team. That I don't like that, because if you're running an offensive character, you're not going to want to put an equip on them that gives them only defense. Yeah, unfortunately, I don't. Unfortunately, I don't think I like this. I didn't like this when it came out, and now I don't like the Awakened version. They should have given this something else besides just defenses, because you have to gimp some of your characters to get the full effects of this. All right, well, it is what it is. Let me know what you guys think of this week's update. By the way, we also have the Guild versus Guild dropping. I believe the first one is tomorrow. We have the new raids dropping, new co-op season. So it's a decent week here. We got a new banner. So let me know what you think, and I'll see you in the next one.